beautiful October day, and we are at Cheney Reservoir on the nature trail.
Cheney Reservoir is one of a few lakes near where we're staying in Kansas, just a little west of Wichita. This lake's actually it's really a reservoir, and it's quite large. It's one of my favorite places to go to fish, but it also has this nature trail, which I could say actually surprised me with not just how cool and diverse it was, but actually how long it was as well.
Yeah, the trail's 5 miles each way and has some loops you can loop around, and it's everything from feeling like you're in a dense forest to an open prairie, which was pretty cool. And then the lake itself is beautiful. It's huge. It was built in 1965, and it's a really big lake.
The trail parallels the lake, but ironically for a lake trail you don't actually see the lake until you get to the very end.
What I loved about walking through the trees, and in some of the pictures it picks it up a little better, is how they're changing the leaves. Yellow, starting to turn red. Really pretty.
Yeah, fall's such an awesome time of year, especially for these types of walks. Although I was starting to wonder whether we would ever get it, as just a couple weeks ago we were still had some mid-90 days. But today was gorgeous, and I think in the low 60s, low to mid 60s.
I just love getting outdoors, and that's the fun part of it. Getting some exercise, getting fresh air, and enjoying the fall.
Looks like a long since abandoned campsite. Still has the grill. Upon closer study, it would appear this campsite was actually abandoned because of a fire.
Yeah, I think the trail a long time ago was probably a road, because there was evidence of old campsites that have long since been abandoned, and like I said, was evidence of fire, so we're guessing that's why they were abandoned.
And some old chunks of asphalt where it looks like maybe part of it was paved.
I'd say Goldfish Pond at this point is either Brown Fish Pond or Dead Fish Pond. Looks like what today has been converted into a hiking trail at one time or another was all part of a bunch of camp spots.
You can definitely hear the wind in the video, but it was actually pretty well protected amongst the trees. This is definitely the prairie part of the hike. There's quite a few old wooden bridges that were cool that we crossed along the way.
This last part of the trail was kind of interwoven with a disc golf course, and so I'm not entirely sure we made it to the official end of it because it got so convoluted with trails. We weren't really sure what the main trail was, but we did finally make it to the lake, so that'll be coming up here shortly. And then there was just one little section that we just had to film on the way back that was actually kind of its own separate trail.
We at least made it to the 18th hole.
We're obviously recording this voiceover after the fact, and kind of like to reflect upon these type of adventures and come away with, you know, some of our takeaways. And one of the things that occurred to me is it wasn't that long ago when there's just no way we would have even considered doing a trail like this, you know, just a little trail through a state park. But I will say that it was entirely enjoyable. We were just surprised with the diversity of it, from rather heavily wooded areas to prairies. Like I said, it went through this disc golf course, it went along the lake, all sorts of bridges, ponds, creeks. Just really good incentive to remind me that you know, we should check out what's in our own backyard and actually get off our couch and go and enjoy and explore what's right here next to us.
Yeah, and I think my takeaway is enjoy each season for what it has to offer. You know, it might be windy or a little cooler, but get the right gear on and get outside, because it's well worth doing.
Yeah, we've been in Kansas for about 6 months. In fact, just a couple days shy of 6 months. And we've been pleasantly surprised. We've been making videos for our own purposes for 2 decades. And we've just decided why not share. A lot of people ask what we're up to, people we left behind from the different places we live. So this just seems like a great way to kind of share that. And we've been deciding how to do it and decided that maybe a combination of video and pictures best captures the essence of the experience. So hopefully it's reflected in this.
We also thought it might be fun for if people who are looking to go on vacation, or maybe they're relocating to a new area, to check out some of the sites.
We'll do a lot more of these nature hikes, and also we'll do some exploring of all the towns and even make sure we get some of the bigger cities like Wichita, the downtown, the old town area. One of the things we like to do is to just sit down, relax, usually have a little toast, and in this particular day we just couldn't help but watch the sunset by the lakeside. It was gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
Hope you enjoyed. Cheers, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, everyone.